when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. I am Adanna Combie, and we continue conversation in studio with our guest this morning. We're speaking with Mr. Erlan Clarke, and he is the event manager of Dream Wave Events. We're going to do a roundup of Carnival 2024, and we're also going to talk about a cooler experience that is upcoming. Good morning, and welcome to the morning show.
Hi, pleasant good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Of course. So we want to talk about Carnival 2024, National Carnival, Trinidad and Tobago Carnival in Tobago 2024. What is your take on it?
Well, overall, the Tobago aspect of it, well, we know we had some issues in regards to the staging of the carnival and so on, because there was miscommunication in regards to the National Carnival and the October Carnival. Well, I take part in the October festivities, but what I did is stayed on island this year, really went around and looked at the kiddies and looked at the mud, and also looked at the Juve, the Juve and the Tuesday offerings and so on. I know there are difficulties in regards to persons kind of sounding the alarm of the quality of costumes, what persons are giving for the National Carnival and so on. But what needs to happen is really a conversation with the THA, the powers that be and the stakeholders who take part in not just the National Carnival, but also the October Carnival, and see how best we could build out a product for the two spaces that works well for all who are involved.
You say the two spaces that work well for all involved, but you've been hearing the noises saying that why does Tobago need to have two carnivals? Now, my assessment or interpretation of this is that in February, we have the National Carnival, which is Carnival of Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct.
So Tobago is not exempt from the Carnival in February. That is Trinidad and Tobago Carnival.
Yes, it is.
Tobago has afforded to put their own initiative on the table, their own Tobago Carnival.
Correct.
Right? So this is a Tobago Central Carnival. Carnival that represents Tobago.
Correct.
Separate from the National Carnival of Trinidad and Tobago. It does not mean that they are no longer a part of the Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. Can you address this situation? Because there's been so many noises in the space that people are saying, why does Tobago need to have... Now, I am not a carnival person, but I understand, you know, how it goes. I understand it's a national carnival. So can we address that a little so people can have a better understanding of why there are two carnivals in Tobago at this point in time?
Well, first and foremost, the National Carnival, as you quite rightfully said, it's a Trinidad and Tobago product. So we can't take ourselves away from that particular product in regards to the National Carnival. So because once it's declared and proclaimed by the president, it's over Trinidad and Tobago because we are Twin Islands state. However, the product in October is really yes, it's a Tobago Carnival, but what people are missing, it's a tourism product. It's a tourism-driven product, and it's a product that was implemented similar to like the Jazz Festival and the Blue Food Festival and so on, and the Heritage, that to bring tourists to our island and so on. So really and truly, again, what we need to do as a unit in the Tobago space is really have a conversation with all the parties involved, all stakeholders, and see how best we could build, because the problem is not really having the two carnival, the problem is really the spend. That is really the problem. Persons are saying why we spending on two carnivals, but really and truly we cannot take ourselves away from the National Carnival, but our spend for the National Carnival has to be different from the spend for the Tobago product, and we have to kind of see where we can, because there are persons who do not partake in the October product, who in the Tobago space, so we have to see where we can fit them in, and also where we can even sit and transition them into the October, see how it's beneficial to the individuals, and show them that here what this where you can be able to not just win a prize for National Carnival, but however use it as a business that you will be able to bring revenue into your mass camp or whatever that you're doing for within that carnival space.
And as you rightfully said, it is. I didn't even think about it in that regard. It's a tourism product.
Yes.
It is an actual separate product from, you know, as I said, the National Carnival. And you likened it onto things like Blue Food and Jazz, which I never even really thought about.
Correct.
I mean, I know it's a product, but I didn't really put it on the same wavelength as those. And it's a very brilliant concept, actually, because now we see where Tobago Carnival is going.
Yes, it does.
Right? It's almost dying. And what we're trying to do is to bring it back alive. And I've seen the efforts to try to bring it. And so the October Carnival now gives us the opportunity, as you're talking about, for businesses.
Correct.
Because at that time, that's the only carnival that we're focusing on right now.
That's quite true. And when the idea was touted at first, there are a lot of persons who actually wasn't happy with that October product because they were indicated, well, you can invest in the February product, but really realistically, persons buy into the Trinidad product, and let me don't say Trinidad product, but more so the Port of Spain product, because the Tobago Carnival in National Carnival actually mirrors a lot of products in Trinidad for Carnival nationally, because they're like the Sandy Grande, the Labrie product and so on. So their costumes and styling and events and so on kind of mirrors a smaller space, unlike, but everybody's kind of taken aback and in awe of the Port of Spain product. So persons are like, well, we want this carnival to be like looking like Port of Spain, but reality, we cannot have the February product looking like that. So we have to kind of find a way, carve a way in regards to if we're doing kiddies, traditional, mud. There was a good initiative by David Maraj from Barcode, where the pan on a Tuesday on the road, we can look into that because we have quite a few pan bands and internationally proclaimed that well-organized pan bands in the Tobago space who are winning, who are #1. We have #1 arrangers, so we can do that on a Tuesday in regards to getting that involved in the National Carnival, and we just concentrate on the parade of the bands for the October product, where we'll know that there are a lot of carnival chasers, because that's a huge business now. The producers of mass in Trinidad actually travels throughout the world. There's no sleeping month or no day off in Carnival. Throughout the world selling that product. So we know that it can work in Tobago. It will work in Tobago. And one of the things I want to also address with that October Carnival, because I heard the administration indicating that they will cut spending in regards to marketing and so on for the October product, and I'm asking them, please don't do that. Actually increase spending, because what happens is that once you decrease spending in that October product, because Carnival is really about a hype, and once the hype is not there, they just move on to the next best thing. And we actually in October we are competing with persons like Guyana Carnival, we are competing with Uber Sucre Cruise, we are competing with Miami Carnival. That's the reality of it. And if we really want to get the foreigners in, we always have to be on top tier in regards to when we're putting out our product and what product we are putting out for.
That's right. Your marketing is very important. And as you said that, I heard some noises around this carnival. Where is Tobago Carnival? Why aren't we marketing Tobago Carnival at the national carnival level? But I suppose those are things that we need to revisit and ensure that we could push this product, because as you said, it is a tourism product. We all tend to benefit. Not everybody is like me. I don't participate in Carnival at all, but there are financial gains that people can benefit from. For any tourism events at all, there are financial benefits. So we want to thank you for that roundup for Carnival. What is coming up next?
Okay, well, as we know, National Carnival just finished and everybody is heading to Tobago. Yesterday the airport was a mess, coming with persons coming over. We have events that's happening in the Tobago space. As we know, Tobago now has a cool down zone of the after Carnival product in Trinidad and Port of Spain. So what we're doing, I'm managing an event for Dreamwave events. They're doing a cooler experience on Saturday from 4 p.m. to midnight at Mount Irvin Glen Eagles Drive. It's a simple $175 for the ticket. It's a cooler event, and this particular event was built out in such a way that it's really about when we used to go to events and uninterrupted music. Not somebody talking and talking and talking and talking. It's just nice music playing. So it will be covering genres from soca, calypso, Afrobeats, reggae, dancehall, R&B, the new products, the old products, and so on. So we really build a product that covers all that persons will be able to enjoy.
Right. And how do they get tickets for this event?
Well, tickets are sold online at Island E-Tickets. You can also get tickets at Jade Monkey. You can also get tickets at Cafe Download Buku. You could get tickets at Tobago Concierge Services at Tobago Town Center Mall in Buku. You could get tickets also at Anchor's Bar and Grill, or you can call 347-6609.
Right. So we want to say thank you so much for coming this morning and giving, your overview of Carnival 2024 and what you're looking forward to in October, and also about this upcoming event. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Yes.
We've been talking to Mr. Erlan Clarke. He is the events manager of Dreamwave Events, talking about his synopsis of Carnival 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue conversations. We have our next guest in studio soon, but before we go, of course, we invite you to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be back.